Welcome to AquarianRadio.com.
AquarianRadio.com.
Aloha and welcome to Aquarian Radio at AquarianRadio.com. I'm your host, Janet Carolesson, and I am here today with my co-host, the anthropologist Dr. Sasha Lesson. Today's program is called Scientific Proof of Pyramid Power, which is based on David Wilcox's work, The Energetic Engine of Evolution.
Now, the Earth is always sending and receiving torsion fields. So does everything else. It's just, these are the breathing fields of the Earth. The center of the galaxy and the fields of the Earth and the Sun are way stronger than that of any smaller object due to the sizes. The easiest low-tech way to harness these energy fields is to build a pyramid or other cone-shaped structure. All physical matter is absorbing and releasing torsion fields. You can capture and direct these waves by building the right type of structure, and the most effective slope angle for such a pyramid is 70 degrees. You must not use any metal in its construction because metal absorbs the torsion fields around it.
Two steep pyramids with 70-degree slope angles were constructed near Moscow. Since the 1990s, a total of 17 different pyramids have been built, and no metal could be used in the construction. Modular fiberglass plastics were used. The pyramids were aligned to the North Star and built away from populated areas. At the base of the 22-meter pyramid, the fiberglass wall was 36 centimeters thick. The base of the 44-meter pyramid, the fiberglass wall was 70 centimeters thick. Let's see. Venoglobulin is a naturally occurring virus-fighting compound in human beings. When the drug was diluted into a concentration of 50 micrograms per milliliter and stored in the pyramid for a time, it became approximately 3 times more effective at fighting viruses. Let's see. A solution of 40% glucose in distilled water after it had been stored in the pyramid. That's not a sentence.
was administered
1
milliliter of glucose to 20 different prematurely born infants' patients.
With compromised immune systems, their levels of health were seen to rapidly increase up to practically normal values, and the same effect could be produced by simply using 1 milliliter of ordinary water, which was stored in the pyramid. Let's see, the mice that were stored in the pyramid survived at a rate of 60%, where only 7% survived in the control group. And finally, the mice drinking the pyramid water had significantly fewer tumors. Oh, wait, there's a little bit more. And,
that's mine.
Right here, granite and crystal. Oh, this is Sasha. Over to Sasha.
The granite and crystal were scattered along the entire floor of the pyramid, and a visible ring centered perfectly with the edges of the pyramid would appear evenly throughout all the chunks. This whitening of the quartz inside the granite was showing it was becoming pure crystal, and this result was duplicated 40 different times in the same pyramid with different rocks each time. When the rings form most visibly, the amount of epidemics in the surrounding area of Russia gets way healthier. It decreases. Studies in the air above the pyramid show a column of energy was detected. It had a width of 500 meters and a height of 2,000 meters. There's a larger circle of this energy that surrounds the area above the pyramid in a 300-kilometer wide range. If such an energy column were to be produced electromagnetically, it would require all the energy in various power plants in Russia combined. An ozone hole that had existed over the area in Russia where these pyramids were repaired itself in only 2 months after they built these pyramids.
And pyramids over oil wells, the viscosity of the oil under the pyramids decreased by 30%, while the production rate accordingly increased by 30% compared to the surrounding wells. And there was a decrease in the amount of unwanted materials in the oil. Agricultural seeds that were kept in a pyramid for 1 to 5 days before being planted. The seeds from the pyramid had 20 to 100% increase in their yield. The plants did not get sick and were not affected by droughts. Poisons and other toxins became less destructive to living systems even after a short term of exposure in the pyramid. Radioactive materials held inside a pyramid decay more rapidly than expected. Pathogenic viruses and bacteria become significantly less damaging to life after being held in a pyramid. Psychotropic drugs, like LSD is an example, have less of an effect on people either staying inside a pyramid or within close range of a pyramid. And glucose and isoosmotic solution become effective for treating alcoholism and drug addiction after being placed in the pyramid.
A 12-meter pyramid was used to increase productivity of wheat by 400%. The half-life of the radioactive carbon was shortened in the pyramid. In the pyramid, the crystallization patterns of salts changed. Concrete there became stronger. The crystals became clearer and clearer when placed in the pyramid. Rabbits and white rats exposed to pyramid gained 200% more endurance and a higher concentration of white blood cells. The water within or underneath a pyramid is purified. The strontium and heavy metals are cleared by the effects of the pyramids that are built over a well. The pyramid can also reduce the amount of salt in the water. Diamonds synthesized within the pyramid are harder and purer, and torsion wave forms chemical bonds to create crystal.
Pyramids dissipate the energetic buildup and friction that would normally create sudden violent earthquakes. The atmosphere surrounding the pyramid is shielded from severe weather, and the amount of violent weather patterns which are deflected around the area, they're deflected around the area where the pyramid is located. And pyramid-charged foods can make people more loving. Salt and pepper was stored inside the pyramid and fed to about 5,000 people in selected jails in Russia. Boy, they were experimenting on the prisoners. And amazingly, within a few months, there was a dramatic improvement in their behavior, and, most criminal behavior almost completely disappeared. The control jails showed no signs of behavioral change. Etheric energy is spiritual energy, and as a person is exposed to higher intensities of it, there's a propensity for greater feelings of love and compassion for others, moving into a more highly charged area of torsion wave energy.
The harvesting of torsion waves can heal the Earth itself. Radiation sources can be quickly reduced. Ozone holes can be repaired. Earthquakes and severe weather can be reduced. Buildings can be made more structurally sound, water purified, crops enhanced, diseases reversed, and even mental illness cured with pyramid power. Our DNA is directly affected by outside energy. It's assembled by an unseen source of energy, and when we increase the flow of that energy into the DNA, we can get health and vitality of the organism increasing. Torsion waves are the most important factor in health. Sunlight, fresh air, negative ions, clean water, natural medicines, healthy food, all bring torsion fields into our bodies. Viruses, bacteria, poisonous substances, and radiation are all made less toxic in the presence of torsion waves.
Most foods in the typical American diet have no torsion wave energy whatsoever. Salt enhances the flow of torsion fields, whereas sugar absorbs torsion fields. Refined sugar appears to be far worse than natural sugars like brown rice syrup, honey, and molasses. Zen microbiotic diet specifies balance of sugar and fruits and salty vegetables foods with focus that both are necessary. Overabundance of either one will make you unhealthy. Thus, the importance of eating fresh organic nuts, seeds, raw fruits, and vegetables are abundant sources of torsion fields. Salt it's in and of itself is not a source of torsion fields. It only amplifies what is already there.
Torsion-charged water holds an energetic charge for 3 or 4 days, and nothing can be done to prolong it. But to make a steep 70-degree angle pyramid out of non-metallic materials, and you can charge your own food and water at home.
Okay, so that is the end of today's show. Can we have a little bit of talk about it?
Yeah, we can. So basically, the ancients built pyramids over water, and it connected to the tunnel system and inner earth, and they used the pyramids to manufacture healthier seeds and healthier animals and cure disease, and they added to the effect by having people pray and focus their energy inside the pyramids.
So this wasn't for people, just burying their dead. No, it had the pyramids were part of a global system. We're discovering pyramids everywhere. Apparently, there's a active ancient pyramid up in Alaska that we're tracking down with our whistleblowers, and Linda Moulton Howe and Whitley Stryber discussed that on an episode. We'll put that on our page we create for this.
Yeah, the Great Pyramid of Giza and the pyramids in that area didn't have any bodies in them. They weren't burials. That's just something that the Egyptians archaeologists perpetrate on and movie makers. Watch out for King Tut's mummy. But the pyramids had many functions. They were markers for where the planes should land, on their way to the Sinai spaceport. Mm-hmm. They were you could see them for really long ways. They were lined up in certain ways, so their angles would show you when Orion was overhead, and all the pyramids around the Earth, all the way from Cambodia, North America, and Europe, all point to the same constellations, the constellations where our ancestors came and went from Earth, both the outer Earth and the inner Earth.
And the Anunnaki were instrumental in building them.
Yeah,
taught those, designed.
He was the great architect who taught people, and then he instructed they would call the followers of Horus to go all around the world and to build a system of these pyramids on ley lines. We're going to accompany this program on what David Wilcox has added to the stuff that Dr. Sam of Bosnia and Romania and the pyramid system there has told us about. And you're going to learn an awful lot about how the old world was electrified and had a grid system based on the ley lines of the Earth.
And there are pyramids on the Moon and Mars?
Absolutely. So part of the same system.
This is incredible what we're discovering. Now we know all the different other benefits of the pyramids, and they were part of this grid which powered Luxor and all these ancient cities in the whole world. It was a global grid. But I think that's enough for today's show. Anything else
I would just say that almost all the skyfaring peoples concerned with Earth and in the Federation of the Local Galaxy knew how to tap into the generating torsion fields, the ley lines of solar bodies and of planetary bodies to get their own energy going. And part of the research when we were developing our own spacecraft, the clandestine military's one, was how to not use up too much of this of Earth's energy at one time with our fleet. We had a joint fleet with the Brits and the Canadians, or we cause a major power outage all over the United States. So they had to figure this out, the right amount, and that's why some of the the huge fleets of flying saucers that have been seen leaving Antarctica have been going like steadily, not like it's a mass exodus, but there's a lot of them leaving now, according to our informants in Melbourne.
And that could mean a lot of things. And I had a download recently. I'm an experiencer contactee, and I've had contact all my life, and I had a series of downloads recently where the extraterrestrials showed me how they, in a blink of an eye, they shut off the oil-based grid and they turn on the pyramids, so nothing will suffer. No one will suffer. They can do it instantly. So if you have somebody on life support in the hospital, they're going to continue on life support, and we will immediately be off all this oil-based fossil fuels systems that deplete the world and pollute the air and soil our waters and land, and that will be free. We will be free, and it's also the basis of our economic systems. And so simultaneously, some other type of governance, not some other economic system which will support all life and allow us all to have dignity, grace, beauty, and authentic peace. So that is about all I want to say. What do you like to say? We got to
Welcome to the age of Aquarius.
Welcome to the age of Aquarius. Love and blessings and aloha. This has been Janet Carroll Lesson and Dr. Sasha Lesson from Aquarian Radio at aquarianradio.com.